listening to the No Invite Podcast. Yeah.
Season 4, The Process.
And you know what it is. You see her getting right. And for anybody that can't see it, we're going to let y'all hear it. Who do we got in the building right now?
Ooh, the best kept secret, honey. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. It's the official bounce back. The best kept secret was out saving the world with the rest of the Avengers, flying through the skies in aircrafts that we can't even describe yet because the technology is not available to the average man. But how are you and how have you been for the most part?
I have been... I've actually been really good. Y'all see I came back with the red hair.
I see you shining, you glowing. Yeah, I see. Look, I'll keep it
and
real
you know
with
my birthday was on March 7th, so that was like a whole
yeah.
It was an adventure.
Vibe. It was a whole vibe. Look, and allow me, hold on. First, allow me to gas you up in a good way. Now, I'm not lying, but you came back glowing. You came back swinging. You feel me? I see you back at the gym doing your shit.
So I
just want to salute you. I appreciate you.
All
I'm
these
glad to have
drinking
you
for
back.
my birthday month, had my fupa all fucked up.
Yeah.
All fucked up.
Is it still fuck your fupa or fuck fupas?
We got to get back to fuck your fupa, right? At that point, I mean,
you see me, I got labs, so whenever you're ready, come through and we could talk about it. You know what I mean?
I'm ready. Get it right. Anytime.
You know, because I like fucking fupas too. So you know, I mean, we could, we all common grounds. You feel me? But I'm glad to have you back. I'm glad that everything's good. I'm glad everything's getting straightened out for you. I know that you are always on the move, very, very much. And I need you to help me because I know you've been listening to the last podcast and we've been having like the real serious hour with Britt, which is awesome, I think, because I feel like, honestly, I've grown as a person and individual just by getting her to break some shit down. And I've never been the one. I've been like pro therapy, but I've never been the one like I need therapy or I want to go to therapy. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But just listening to her and having her talk, and basically all therapy, I feel like in my mind is someone understanding the human experience, because humans have patterns, and being able to convey that and break that down in a way that the average person that doesn't have this education and doesn't know how things or humans actually fully work. You know what I mean? So by her breaking down certain things and telling me shit, it's just like, very revealing to myself. Like, yo, get your fucking life together, please.
I low-key want to ask her if she'll accept my insurance.
She will, but it's going to be awkward because she's also a member of the podcast. So I don't know how you feel about that.
That don't matter to me.
We've been, I'm not hating or nothing, do your shit, but we have been getting it for free on the podcast. So I'm just saying.
No, I've been listening to her and I've been like, damn,
she's thorough.
Very. I love how when she speaks, you can tell she's very intentional with her words. I also like the fact that, when she talks, she's very humble, but also she get it. I've done therapy myself with several different people. I've had to fire people because you don't understand like a hood experience. You don't understand a Black experience. You don't understand, you are so far detached from what my experience in life has been that you can't help me. Some of the answers you give and it don't even qualify for what it is that I'm talking about. I've also had therapists who speak first, which was always very awkward to me. So I just my experience with her and listening to her on the podcast while I was MIA for a second, I was like, oh my God, I want her to be my therapist.
I mean, look, I'm not. That's something y'all could talk about for sure. I think if you feel you need it, you should. I feel like anybody that feels that they need therapy or feels like they got just emotions or shit that they don't know how to deal with, they don't know why they're feeling the way they do. A lot of times, because we don't know that this shit that what you're going through is common. A lot of times we don't know what to call what we're going through, so we kind of question ourselves and we get in our own head. So I like Britt just as a human being in general, but she's super dope when it comes to that because she has been through a lot of shit. She's been through shit on her own, and I really feel like in order to reach out and touch somebody, you gotta be able to get on their level. Like when if you ain't been through a hood experience, a street experience, if you haven't had real like that kind of area of trauma in your life, it's hard for somebody that's never been in that situation or never even been around it for them to comprehend why things happen the way they do. It's like a lot of times in a hood situation, there's no logical reason why this shit happens. It's trauma on trauma out there. You dig what I'm saying? So there's no logical reason why and so when people try to come at it like from a try to make it make sense type thing, and they're not from it, it doesn't translate for me. You know, I've had, you know, conversations with therapists, and it was the same thing. It was like, there's no way that you know what I'm going through or know what I'm going through. You know what somebody else has told you about what I've been going through or what the kind of situations that I'm facing, but you don't know because you haven't really been around that life.
Right.
So
I like her. I think she dope. I feel like she's an amazing addition.
Dope.
I can't wait to see her again.
I'm fired up because, to be honest with you, you know what I mean? Let's be all the way real. Between me, you, and Esther, we're the fucking problems. We're the problems. so
we
to have
therapy.
So to have that steady hand of what's it called? I guess you could say sanity. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a good thing. So it's a welcome addition. You know, I think the best podcasts and the best situations is always when you got people from different sides of the scale. But instead of one outweighing the other, you balance each other out. You do what I'm saying?
Exactly.
All right.
I just want to go on record as saying, I think everybody needs therapy.
I think so too.
I feel like if people can come out of their ego and be comfortable with hearing other people or hearing different perspectives, it will give you a broader view on life. I also think that we need to stop normalizing drama.
I've been saying
or
that.
just accepting like this is just how life is. No, there are people that's living life and they are not experiencing this. And for the ones who have, there are people who've experienced it and were able to get past it. And it's not absorbing every ounce of their life. Yeah. You probably do need therapy.
You know what it is?
I think it's an ego thing.
I don't think it's ego. I just think that different traumas, you know, don't like when you're scarred up pretty bad, when you've been through a lot of shit, it is always a choice, right? But at the same time, some people, it's not that they don't choose to, it's just that they've accepted it already. You know, they're already like, yo, this is how it's supposed to be. And my whole family grew up like this and they were fine, but they really weren't. Your family was kind of wild. You feel me? So it's like, a lot of times, you know, that's kind of like the whole vibe. It ain't so much ego. It's just more like, you know, that's not the culture for them. And that's, unfortunately, that's our culture. You know what I mean? Coming from where we come from, that's our culture. It's like, fuck that. Toughen up, man up. You feel me? You good. And in some cases you have to be like that. That's fine. But it's like other times, like some people really need that. You know what I mean? Some people have been through a lot of crazy shit. And it's not that they need to tell their whole fucking story to somebody. Is what they need to do is they need to be able to find remedies and ways to deal with the shit that they've been through so that they're not taking it out on their family, so that they're not getting in repeating cycles as getting their ass locked up or getting their ass in trouble or getting them, you know, whatever the case might be that we're plagued with in our culture. You know what I mean? So shout out to Britt, you know, family. Shout out to Hot Mama. Shout out to the motherfucking best kept secret back in the building.
Wait, shout out to you too, you know Blaze.
I mean, shout out to the boy though, man. But I need someone else to do it. I can't shout myself out all the time. But then again, I know. But then again, we can because we talking shit this season. Remember, fuck that. Shout out to myself. I like to thank me. You know, most importantly, I like to thank myself. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. We got a couple of headlines, and I couldn't think of a better person to actually chop it up with when it comes to about these things. Because one thing about this best kept secret, she goes, pow. You feel me? She will shoot. Okay, so look, we're going to jump right into it. You know what I'm saying? So look, this is how we're going to do it.
What's that?
Current headlines. Trump is officially indicted officially or whatever. That's what they said. He's going to be indicted, which I don't even understand because it's like when it comes to folks like me and you, when they say you're indicted, You don't know until they kick your door in. You dig what I'm saying? So
Didn't
I don't know.
Trump post something talking about
shook, scared.
Yeah, he was telling everybody to like riot or something. Like
he was. See now, look, when they got it out for you, they got it out for you.
I mean,
and if you ain't on the right side, you're on the wrong side. Look at all this shit that he was getting away with and he was doing for his folks and friends and whatever you want to call it when he was in the presidency. So it's like there's a reason why I feel like I look at these like I look at all this fucking political shit. I look at it like it's the same people. They just on different teams. It's like the NFL. Mm-hmm. You're the Raiders. I'm the Niners, but we still gonna fucking get this Super Bowl and all these people watching are gonna pay us.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So when I look at this shit and I look at Trump and all this stuff like that, I just be looking at him like y'all, like, I don't know if it's a game and it's planned or it's the one where it's like, okay, bro, you guys are really opposite teams. You guys got the same goals, but you guys are on different teams. You both want the Super Bowl, but you were fucking over the other team a lot when you were the ones winning, right? So now the other team got the hand. Now they're going to fuck you over and they're going to try to step it up on your ass because that's the only way you fuck somebody over that fucked you over. You got to run it up.
Have you ever heard that saying, it ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun?
Exactly. That right there says everything. And if you don't know, go ask Bugs Bunny, motherfuckers. And if you don't know who Bugs Bunny is, turn this shit off right now. This whole podcast is definitely not for you. So
I feel like this is happening.
Google it.
This is happening to keep him from running for president.
Correct.
I feel like he announced that he was going to run. Then something had to have happened to made him send out that text or that tweet saying that he was going to get indicted. Now you're indicted. So we don't want you in office. Basically, that's what they saying. We don't want you in office.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious because it's getting closer and closer and they're running out of shit to do, right? So they're pressing the issue because we all know that there's a lot of politicians that got caught doing worse and they ain't fucking get arrested. They might have got a fine or they might have got disgraced. But I mean, whatever. So whatever, they're going to try to pull whatever that is. But see, look, the reason why I don't fuck with these political parties and why I'm just like, I'm not none of it. Cause I have some views that are conservative and I have some views that are liberal and I have some views that are democratic, whatever the fuck you want to call it, left, whatever, like, I guess you could call it. But so that's
really, cause you run around in a circle.
To be honest with you, it's like I tell everybody, I'm for the people. So I'm like for whatever's good for the people. So everything that a politician spews out isn't always bad. They got to throw us a bone, right? Mm-hmm. So while they're out and they have their agenda trying to get themselves rich, they're going to throw us little things here and there. So like, regardless whether they believe in these laws or not, they're still trying to push them for whatever benefit, right? So like I said, I have conservative views, I have liberal rules, I have views, I have left views. And I if I'm going to even trust in the system at all, I'm going to vote for my shit, for what I want. Not for nothing else. But the reason why I don't fuck with affiliate with none of these parties because they're pussy. Period. Straight up. And I'm gonna tell you why. You like how I say pussy, huh? You know what I'm saying?
That's my favorite word.
My favorite word is coochie, but pussy's right there next to it. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're the same thing. But look, I'm gonna tell you, I don't fuck with the Republicans because of the overwhelming, and it's not all of them, but they like to side with that racist shit. Mm-hmm. They like to slide with that, they're more overt. They're like out and about it, and they'll accept that shit. Not all of them, but a lot of them do. I don't fuck with the Democrats because they're snakes. You feel me? They're hella pussy. They're hella pussy. Like they're hella soft. Let's call it what it is. They're hella soft. They're hella like, you know what I mean? Everything is just pussy behavior with them. So it's like I can't get behind neither one of those things because it's I don't know, it's fake. You feel me? It's like they know. We gonna do this, you gonna do that, we gonna do this, you gonna do that.
So I think when it comes to politics, so I used to dabble in politics and
shit. The best kept Congresswoman. I can see it. I can see you up there. I ain't gonna lie.
I would be an amazing Congresswoman. I used to work in government. Yeah. In different ways. And one of the things that I learned is like, it's rare to find somebody that's not motivated by whoever is pushing behind them. Luckily, the person I was working for was dope. She didn't give a damn what nobody was talking about. She stood on the side of right. And I like that. It was very refreshing. But I cannot lie and say that there were not other people that I saw that, if you can get an endorsement that will move you in the direction of this is where I'm going.
Yeah, I mean, that's typical politics shit, though.
It is. It's not like
that's how business is done with them.
But the problem with that is, if the voters are telling you that they want this, you shouldn't agree to anything different than that. Because next time you shouldn't be in office.
Yeah.
The other thing is, when it comes to politics, I just feel like everything is just like, I can't get with I'm not kissing nobody's ass. I don't give a fuck what the circumstances are. I'm going to be me 100% of the time. I don't give a fuck. This is just me.
Vote for Ann.
You really can. Like, what office you want me to run for? Because I'll do it.
Office of the money. That wherever the money at, let's run that.
But also, I feel like it's so hard for younger people or people who just have a fresh new opinion to really get in. Like, you got to do so much ass kissing. You have to lobby and kiss babies and shake hands, but in the process of that, if you run into that one older person who's their opinion is 100% opposite of yours, but that's because they come from a generation where life was 100% different than ours. You shouldn't be agreeing to that weird ass shit. Tell them no. People and this is a California thing. I don't care what nobody say. People struggle with confrontation, and it is okay to have healthy confrontation. I don't have to agree with every single thing you say.
I agree with everything you just said,
but
except for that it's a California thing, because this is a problem. If we're talking about politics, now we can talk about other shit, but this is a problem in all areas, because at the end of the day, it's money. You're going up against money if you're not from money and you're trying to do the right thing. And a lot of these lobbyists get lobbied by corporations that'll throw endless amount of money on them to pass whatever law that they want to. See, we've been at the mercy of that, because the only way that any people could really get together and defeat this is for everybody to be unified. And that's why there's no wonder that there's a lot of fucking racism. There's a lot of classism. Who's richer? Who got this? That's all embedded into the culture so that it keep us right where we're at. Because I tell people all the times, I'm not into politics. Fuck it. I don't care. Y'all do whatever you want. I'm all about my dollar and how I put my dollar and where I put my dollars to. I'm all about my knowledge and where I put my knowledge and how I use my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? For whatever. And I'm from my community. If I can't, I'm gonna keep it funky with you. I'm not the one that's gonna run for president. I'm not the one that's gonna run for Congress. That's not my shit. It ain't never gonna be my shit.
Wait, what?
So look. Because of that,
you would be perfect in politics.
I am the worst person for politics, because at the end of the day, I'm going to say everything that needs to be said. I'm going to be, as like you said, whatever. And guess what's going to happen to me?
Some people are going to love you.
Yeah, but guess what's really going? When you really, really stand for something against everybody, what happens to you? So we're gonna keep. We're not even gonna put it. We're not gonna put it in the air. We're not even gonna say it, because we already know. Everybody out there knows. So let's not play dumb. So and I'm not saying that I'm scared of that. What I'm saying is that I think I could help people more by being here. If I make myself an intentional target or a martyr or whatever, then I can't help nobody. I might inspire people, but I can't directly help nobody. So I'm all about helping. Plus, I'm trying to be around for my kids, man. You feel me? My kids. But like I said, I'm not going to be the person that does that, because at the end of the day, they deal with so much. They're going up against money. They're going up against probably lobbyists trying to pay them money to vote a certain way. They're going against temptation. They're going against money. They're going against the whole system. And that could be exhausting. That could be exhausting. And who knows how deep it goes. It could go so deep to where they just don't want to risk it. But going back to the Trump thing, I think it's fucking hilarious, and I just want to laugh because Buffy, let us pull the champagne out. You dig?
Man, I
think it's fucking hilarious.
I think it's interesting with the time, but honestly, it's damn, it's about time. What took y'all so fucking long?
It didn't take them long. They had it the whole time. What took them is they're being strategic. Because look, now think about it like this. Let's say he's under indictment. He's going through a criminal case. He can't run, right? Mm-hmm. So by the time that he clears this up, because it's not going to be like a 20, 30, 60-day thing. It's going to take a minute, probably like 6 months to a year maybe for this to get ran through the courts. By the time that happens, elections are done.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They know what the fuck they doing. You know, and they doing what he did to them because he was backdooring them a lot, doing a lot of fucking weird shit. And guess what? Karma's a motherfucker. Like, do I agree with it? No, because it's crooked, it's foul. But there's a lot of crooked and foul shit that he did too. And I hope everybody out there keeps that fucking same energy all the way around. Because see, this is the problem that I've had with Trump followers is that these motherfuckers cannot, they don't do no wrong. They're beyond reproach. Everything they're doing is correct. There's no one on this fucking earth that everything they do is correct. Everyone is subject to criticism, especially when you hold high ranking positions in the government. So, exactly. So I don't give a fuck who you are. If you can't look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself you're wrong, I can't fuck with you. And we said that shit on the last podcast, talking with the therapist. Ask me, I don't give a fuck. Some shit will never change. If you can't look into yourself and tell yourself you're wrong, then how the fuck am I ever going to be able to fucking have a conversation with you? I do my best to be the most accountable person. You feel me? So I need that energy or don't fuck with me, period.
Big facts.
All right, we're going to keep it moving, and it's not like we have a lot of good news for y'all. We could spread the good news, but at the same time, it's about our opinions, and maybe we might enlighten other people and just let them know that you're not the only one that thinks like this. You feel me? So that's why we do this. You feel me? So we're going to jump into the school shooting shit. I know you heard about it. It's fucking sad. Before we go anywhere, I just want to say, send our condolences to all the families and the victims of this crime, whether they were, killed or, they had to experience that situation, because that's traumatizing too.
It's traumatizing for us, and it's
for everybody.
Like, listen, it's traumatizing for the people who experienced it. It's traumatizing for parents. Like, I got elementary school kids. So I'm kind of like low key on some old, listen, now like we have to have conversations with our kids. What do you do if you hear gunshots at the school? What do you do if you feel uncomfortable? Like some of the conversations that we have to have with our kids at such a young age is disgusting to me. It's absolutely fucking disgusting. Yeah. And I'm like, and then there's this whole there was they interviewed some woman who said that the shooter sent a text message basically
telling her what she was going to do and whatever.
And it was just like, so you telling me this person sent you this message and that didn't alert you? But then the question becomes like, what do you actually do until they really do something? You know what I'm saying?
Well, think about it like this, okay? First of all, from what I heard from the thing, she got it like right before it was about to happen. So I guess she was texting her on the way to go do the shooting or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. So, and the lady said she called the suicide hotline because she didn't exactly say she was going to go shoot people. She just said, hey, I might be dead by the next time. Next time you hear from me, I might be dead, is what she was telling her roughly. So, well, I mean, what can you do? And that goes back to mental health. It's like, dude, like what? Okay, the suicide hotline, but they're not at the same time, it's like people say shit all the time, like, oh, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker, I'm gonna beat his ass, and they don't really mean that. But then it's like, how do you know? And how the fuck can you tell? It's like the only way you can tell, I feel like, is if you're in person with them. But if the person's texting you don't know what the fuck if somebody texts me like that, it's like, bro, be cool. I'm gonna send them, words of I might even call them and be like, try to talk to them and shit if they're my friends. But I mean, beyond that, there's not much I can do, because I don't know if he's just going through it or if this is really real. At the end of the day, the only people that could really help prevent that are the people that are closest to you.
Right.
So what I want to know is like, what, and this was her friend. I want to know what her other friends were like and what and how were they in her life? Were they, you know what I mean? Because some people don't know how to pick friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't know how to pick friends. And once again, we're going to say this as a universal thing. Some people, since they don't like confrontation, they're not there to tell their friend, hey, you got a booger in your nose, or you know what, you got some food in your teeth, or
right.
you know what I'm saying,
People
or you know what, you just people from all over, but like your real friends are gonna tell you when they're wrong, and if they're wrong, they're gonna be able to. If I tell you that you're wrong and it turns out that I was wrong, then I'm your real folks. I'm gonna apologize to you. Because it ain't nothing to me. It ain't nothing to me. Your friendship is worth more than that. And a lot of times we step, if you're a good person, a righteous person, we step with good intentions. And sometimes we don't always translate them well. So if I could admit I'm wrong, I will. If I'm wrong and I can admit it and it'll fix things, I will. Because you're my folks. Anybody else kiss my motherfucking ass. So y'all, yeah.
But I'm trying to figure out, like, because a lot of the school shootings, from what I've researched, it's men doing them, right? Mm-hmm. I guess I'm trying to figure out it sounds crazy to even think about this, but what is happening between, like, sometimes I wonder what has happened to drive you to this point, right? These are innocent babies. These are not, like, this is not. Go shoot like,
somebody that's going to shoot back at you. You know what I'm saying? That's what, if you want to shoot shit, if you want to die at the end of the day, that's what you want.
Right. I guess I'm just questioning, like, the school shootings are predominantly happen. I don't even think I know of one that's happening with a woman. So
I never heard of that.
Yeah. And, like, in this instance, to be sensitive, I fully understand this is a trans woman, but biologically this is still a man. So then my question becomes,
she's a biological woman.
No, biologically it's a man.
No.
She's
a biological woman that was transitioned into a man, or was considered a bet.
Want to put money on
it right now? Put money.
Hold on, wait, because we can Google this.
She was a female that was.
She was a female at death.
No, she was a female that transitioned to a man, so she was considered as a man.
No, I know this, and I know I'm not crazy. Biologically, this was a man.
Okay, so while you're Googling that, because we're gonna get to the bottom of this, because we're gonna give our listeners something. I think the common thread, whether they're transgender, male, women, or whatever, because it's not unheard of. We've seen women snap and do maybe not school shootings, but do other shit and go on rampages. That's not unheard of. I think at the end of the day, what all these people have in common is that they're fucking crazy. And I don't mean crazy like they don't know what they're doing. Crazy like they know what the fuck they're doing, and they're choosing to do it because they're so whatever empty or whatever they feel their life is, that they don't feel like their life is worth shit, or never felt like their life is worth anything. So they're like, if my life ain't worth anything, then your fucking life ain't worth anything. Because nobody in their right fucking mind is going to purposely seek out kids to hurt. That's not only, you're crazy, but you're not that kind of crazy. You're not the crazy that I don't know what I'm doing. You're the fucking crazy that you are intentionally trying to hurt people. You dig what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You're intentionally trying. You're not the crazy where like, oh, he's fucking batshit crazy. He's like, he's not really aware of what he's doing. He's out there. No, you're a different kind of crazy. So you know how they be trying to like say these people are fucked up or whatever. So she was, from what I was told, she was a woman. You know what I mean? Anyways, we're gonna settle that later. We'll let the viewers chime in and shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna let them chime in, because I'm like, I done got two different answers, because one person said that the name was Audrey.
Correct.
And Audrey.
Or something like that.
Yeah. And I guess one of the articles say that Audrey used he, him pronouns according to authorities. Yeah. Another one's.
So if you're saying you're he, him, that means that if you're transgender, that means that you're using he, him, which means you consider yourself a man, but you're a woman.
Right.
If you were using she, her, and you were a man, if you're a man, then you would be considered, you know.
But a trans woman is a woman who was assigned male at birth. meaning you were biologically born a male.
So she's a trans man then, but she's born a woman.
But on the article, it said trans. So that's what I'm saying. It's confusing because one of the articles said it was a trans woman. Anyways,
that's what. Okay, so let's go ahead and say we're both right because we both probably got the same different information about the same shit or whatever.
Right. But my point is, it's predominantly done by men, and what I'm trying to figure out is like. Sometimes I've just, for the life of me, I feel like why hasn't there been any form of like research or at least trying to identify? I mean, granted, not all of them in the way this one did, right? And no offense, I'm not unhappy that the person is no longer, because I would hate for you to get off saying that you're crazy and then you get out and then you shoot another school. So now we just don't have to worry about you doing nothing that's crazy anymore. Mm-hmm. But I guess I'm wondering like, what is the connection between like the shooting at the schools and specifically elementary schools? Like what is happening to y'all? Are y'all bullied at these schools? Are y'all like what the fuck is going on to where y'all
this
feel
is why
like
I say they got us fucked up though, because it's like they know what the fuck they're doing. You're going to go somewhere and pick vulnerable
because you're a bully.
Like look, like and not to incite no violence though, but if you really feel that way and you want to get killed, why cut the middleman out? Just go shoot up the police station. They'll give you what you want.
Facts. They will give you what you want.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. It's like they choose it. I feel like it's like almost like attention, like they want, and they're just like, my life is crap. It means nothing. I'm gonna do something to be remembered by. Bitch, go write a book.
And the sad part is we still not gonna remember you.
Exactly. And the
sad only part people who truly gonna remember you is the people that hate you because you done killed their goddamn baby.
And you know what's crazy? That's another thing that's going on in society at large. Just like all this shit is happening, and since we have this multimedia, this age of information and shit, I mean, we see it more. And for anybody that doesn't fucking believe it, it's pretty obvious that. Depending on what news station or what side of the news station you're watching, they're going to pump their own narrative and they're going to pump whatever they feel like they want. So at the end of the day, are you really getting the facts? Okay. So I don't trust it. And furthermore, like I said, whether it was a man or woman, I mean, women have been known to snap. Men, obviously, it happens more frequently. Why, we don't know. But they should just cut the middleman out the middleman and just shoot yourself, man. Period. If you feel like you're gonna hurt people and you're gonna do that, just kill yourself. You fucking coward. You're already. Or you can't. You're strong enough to shoot some little kids, but you're not strong enough to just shoot your damn self and get it over with. At least people will remember you for better. At least people will be like, yo, we getting now. They're like, fuck this motherfucker. Like, I don't even want to act like I don't even know this person. Man. So rest in peace to them children. Rest in peace to the people that passed away. We're going to keep it moving. This is the last topic for the day. We're going to talk about France. France passes a new law that makes social media influencers revealed to their followers that they have edited and photoshopped pictures. This includes filters. So basically they passed a law, I think in 2017, revealing that they had to have, I think it was, what did it say? Oh, like models and advertisements had to, have a little thing that said this picture's been photoshopped, because of obviously body shape, body self-image issues and things like that. What I want to know, I just want to ask you straight up, do you think this is a good thing or a bad thing? What do you think?
I guess it depends on what side of the coin that you're looking from. From the perspective of a parent or a person who's been a young girl, yeah, I would want to know that it's edited because imagery plays a big role in like how people view things. And I think it's important for people to know, like, there's no such thing as a perfect body. Even skinny girls got a little bit of cellulite. You got to smooth that out. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, on my social media, I don't want you to know if I used a cute filter to get rid of this little double chin. Like, the fuck? Y'all worried about the wrong shit.
Yeah, I think so too. Look, I'm a kick it like, yeah, I agree with you when it comes to that because there's a lot of body issues and stuff like that. And people, it's not reality. It's not realistic, especially for young people. Older people kind of get it already. You kind of get to the point where it's like, yo, this shit's not real. Well, I would like to think most of y'all do use your common sense. But what I look at it, it's like, this would never fly in the US because this is kind of like the lawsuit where they were trying to blame McDonald's for, the fast food killing people or making someone fat. I don't know if you remember that. Like, we're blaming it on obesity, on McDonald's, and I'm just like, no. At the end of the day, unfortunately, once again, and I hate to say this shit, is that everybody has a choice. You don't have to be on Facebook. You don't have to be on social media. You don't have to be on Instagram. You don't have to be on none of that. And you definitely don't have to let your kids on it neither.
Facts.
I know, and that's, I think, is where it needs to start. If you're worried about your kids and you're worried about your kids getting obese, eating too many McDonald's, how about you don't buy the McDonald's?
Right.
If you're worried about your kids having body self issues, image issues and stuff like that, how about you just don't let them on these things that are bad for them?
Well, the reality is if pretty much. Just, you can't blame outside influences, but I do understand from the perspective of people saying like, purchase this cream and it'll get rid of any and all cellulite. Then you look by the cream, the shit don't work and it ain't got rid of not one fucking dimple. So I understand it. Because it also forces a level of transparency that I feel like social media does not naturally provide. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, even I tell people all the time when people be like, "Oh, I looked at your social media, you look good." You don't know how many times I took that same fucking photo with that same goddamn pose to get that one photo that looked decent.
Social media, social media is supposed to be a showcase. It's not supposed to be like, hey, this is my everyday life. As much as people like to make it like all the time, like you said, it's the same thing with, you ever see those trick shot videos? Mm-hmm. Where they're like, oh, I threw it and it just fucking landed. All you see is that. You don't see the 500 and something fucking times they had to do that until they got that take, until they actually made one. And that's what it is. And
but
look,
I feel like it is a good thing that they are actually having people do that, because people sell bullshit every day. They sell like pants that they say are going to fit perfectly like this, or they sell like, honestly, I feel like the only person who's really going to win if they pay attention would be the consumer. The person who's going to lose is the people that's bullshitting you. Mm-hmm. And that's just the truth. Like, they have some stuff where they have like, one of the services that I offer is called, ice therapy, right? Mm-hmm. And it puts your body into thermogenesis and make you start eating away at the fat. And it will actually help if you have like a double chin. It'll begin to force your chin like this, right? Mm-hmm. Now, when I show you the before and after, there are people who have never even had the service, but they tell them like how to look, or they'll put a filter on it, and then all of a sudden magically it works. You're not telling people that in order for you to do that, you need to do at least 6 consistent sessions. You still have to intake a whole bunch of water. You still gotta. So I just feel like I'm not mad at it, because it's putting a person like me who has like a certain ethic about themselves as it relates to business and as it relates to like selling anything. It puts people like me kind of in the forefront of like, see, I told you. Now you want to come over here so you can actually get some good services. But at the same time, I do feel like sometimes it's just unnecessary. Like I don't need to. The filter part, I think, throws me off, because I don't care if you have a filter. Like, what are you selling? Are you selling makeup?
I hope that this is what they meant. Like they're talking about the filters where it like reshapes your lips, reshapes your nose, reshapes your eyes. Because I've seen,
makeup can do that.
I dig that, you know what I mean? I get that, and that's where it gets murky, because it's like, I'm with you. I understand the negative impact that this could have on kids and children and girls especially. So I'm for that. But at the same time, it's kind of like, how can you even begin to regulate that? I give them props for them trying to change the culture, because the internet is unregulated. Man, you know what I'm saying? It's unregulated like a motherfucker. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, so like how you said, you're like, yeah, this is something that's at large not popular on the social media platforms, where they're like being honest. It's like you're getting everybody's highlight reel, and people are, it's not even that people are trying to fake it, like their life is like that every day. It's just that people only post the best parts of their life a day, and people only see that, so they assume. And it's tough, because when you're a kid, and you're trying to figure out your way, you're very susceptible to the environment around you. And since the internet and social media is the new environment, the virtual environment, you're very much susceptible to that. So I feel like I give them that. I just feel like they should try to find a way to regulate, like how TikTok is doing. Or is it TikTok? No, it's not TikTok. Excuse me. It's We just talked about it the other day. One of the states, I believe it's Ohio or something like that. I forgot. They are requiring kids, that want to have social media to have to verify it with their parents. They passed a law. So a lot of people are like, oh, if they're going to do it, they're going to do it anyways and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. But it's like we're all about convenience as a society. So one more roadblock you could throw up there that might just deter more people. And it's a change in the culture, basically. And that's what's needed in order for what we're dealing with right now with how things are promoted and shown, and how phony, like regular TV can't to a certain extent lie that much like the internet does. They have rules and regulations because they're regulated. But the social media and the internet, they don't got that shit. They got their own rules, but they pick and choose what they want. But as far as overall for the public, for the masses, they don't. And it's a slippery slope on that one. We're gonna keep it moving. The best kept secret.
Supposed to be banning TikTok in the United States?
Well, that's still to be determined. I don't know. They're talking about it, but we even talked about that in the with a podcast with Bundy from Dope Flavors. Basically, think about it like this: TikTok is a foreign entity from a foreign business from a country that we obviously are not getting along with to a certain extent.
Right.
So they're also the biggest competition to American-based and born platforms like Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. So they're the biggest competition. So who stands to lose and who stands to win from this situation? The people that use that for business and all the stuff they use it for, we lose. TikTok, they lose because they're losing out on a big market, but I'm sure they got the world, so they'll be fine. and guess who wins? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all these. You know what I mean? So we talked about that. I mean, they got us fucked up. It is what it is. Like I said, we could only affect around us in our own situation. The best kept secret, we're going to keep it moving. Please tell everybody how they can find you. Please let everybody know what time it is and what we do.
Find me on Instagram at the_best_kept_secret and then the number 1. That is the page that you can find me on if you are looking to get waxed, facials, or if you're looking to do any body sculpting, you can definitely reach out to me at Anasa Opulent Aesthetics. That is ANASA_opulent OPLUENT_aesthetics AESTHETICS. Boom, got you. You can get all your services done by me, and I'm local.
And there you go. There you have it. She's local. You know what I mean? But this pimping's worldwide, baby. You feel me? You could reach us at no_invite_podcast on Instagram. You could also go to all your favorite podcasting platforms and go ahead and type in No Invite Podcast. You'll find us there. You could also go, if you're really a real one and you want to support the cause and the people and all that stuff, then you could definitely go to our YouTube channel. That's RiBirth Media Films, RiBirth Media Films with a Z. You can go there, slander us, subscribe, watch on the under. You ain't gotta like nothing, just run them views up. We don't give a fuck. You feel me? And for everybody out there that support us and fuck with us and really rock with the podcast, we appreciate you so fucking much. And for all those people that are out there hating and talking that shit and slandering with hella salt in their mouth, kiss our motherfucking ass. You feel
the fattest part.
Yeah, kiss. You know what I mean? Y'all can kiss the tip of these nuts. All right, we out. No Invite Podcast 1.